Hey there, Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCG Fam Show. To you, my YouTube buddies, what do you got going on in your grow? Let's talk about that in the comments after the show. But right now, let's just get on with the show. So for a while now, Bruce Leaf and a few others, actually quite a few others, have been saying that we need to do an integrated pest management video series. And I agree. I think it's an important topic. I'm sure you do too. But I think it's especially important because of when we say integrated pest management, well, what does that really mean? What's involved in that? And also that I think a lot of times we think, you know, it's important to do pest management, but I'm using super nutrients here. I'm growing big, strong, healthy plants. They're going to fight those bugs off. I don't need to worry so much about it. But it's like Yates said. He said, you know, things fall apart. The center can't hold. And while Yates was talking about a situation far worse than anything we're going to be dealing with in our garden, it's true. It holds true. Things do fall apart. But a lot of times we get lucky, especially in the beginning. We get the beginner's luck because we got a brand new tent and a brand new light and everything's new, and the bugs haven't found us yet, so everything's clean, tidy, and we do fine. But as time goes on, all that stuff, the lights, the walls, it gets creepier and crawlier. The bugs that were out there doing their thing outside realize, hey, there's a cushy neighborhood here with some nice food. Let's gentrify this place. And that's what they do. And slowly but surely, things get worse and worse. And suddenly, you didn't even know what was going to happen. And your plants are overwhelmed. And you're throwing pesticides at them. Or you're just throwing them out. And it's disheartening. It hurts. Because you put all your time and a lot of your ego and your heart into doing this. And suddenly, there's not a damn thing you can do to make it right. So I think what I want to do is I just want to get into this. And let's go through it step by step by step. No step missed. As part of what we're doing here with our tent grow. So let's go, come on over, I'll show you what we got going. So this is our tent, it's a 4x4 Gorilla, and we've been growing some exotic peppers in it. We got some Urfa Bibers here, some Aleppo Madras Cross, and then a Gator Jigsaw. We did have about 9 or 10 plants in here, but as they've gotten bigger, we've had to whittle it down to make room for them. So what I want to do is move all these guys out like it's the end of the run, and reset the tent for our next run. But instead of just pulling these out and then putting a new set in and hoping for the best, we're going to get serious about this with the integrated pest management. And the first step in any integrated pest management program is cleanliness. So we're going to take everything out of the tent. The lights, the fans, and even the cords and stuff like this. Everything. Then everything gets cleaned. I use a brand new sponge in a rinse bucket and a brand new sponge in a bucket with some Dr. Bronner soap. I put in, you know, a little bit. And I thoroughly wipe everything down. Obviously with these electronics you don't want to get them too wet. I wring the sponge out. And, you know, this is just how I do it. You may have a better way of doing it or a more, you know, effective way, but this is what I do. It might be an overabundance of caution, but for the lenses, I guess it's not glass, it's probably plastic. For these, I just wipe them down with water, and then I use a pretty new microfiber towel to wipe them off. Everything else, though, gets the double sponge treatment. So with these lights, I've used very, very little water, a real wringed out sponge, so there's not any moisture on here, or very little moisture. And then, even though that, I'll dry them off with a towel, and then I'll set them out, and I'll probably run a fan over these, just to make triple, quadruple, quintuple sure that there's no issues with them. Ow. There we go. Oh, that's how that works. Okay, we got all the equipment cleaned up. I got a fan blowing on this just to make double, triple, quintuple, quadruple sure that there is no moisture in there, even though I was very careful. So that's good. Now we're going to get onto the tent. It's just the same story in here. Every single surface, the entire tent, we wipe down. and then rinse it with some water. Okay, the tent's done. I'm just finishing up this liner, then we'll let the whole thing dry out. Okay, part 1 done, integrated pest management. We're making good progress. So next time, we're gonna be talking about the environment in your tent and getting that dialed in. Big, important part of integrated pest management. I'll see you then. I love you. The OCG Fam Show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCG Fam Show. See you tomorrow.